Hey guys, welcome to this new video on Python. In this video, what we are going to do is that we are going to deploy this Flask application that we had earlier deployed on Heroku platform. In this video, I am going to show you how you can do the same with the AWS Beanstalk. So Beanstalk is also a service that is provided by AWS that is very similar to Heroku. Just you need an AWS account. So this is my application which is running on the local system. So you can see it here in the command prompt. So it's running on this node, and now what we'll do is that we'll deploy the same application on Beanstalk. So firstly, I'll open the project in any of my favorite text editor, and by default I will keep the name of the main file, that is from where the application is going to launch, as application.py. And this is the structure of the project, which has static files which include the HTML file, the templates which include the HTML file, and the static files which include the CSS file for my application. Besides that, we require one more file here, which is the requirement.txt file. So this requirement.txt, if you are not aware of requirement.txt, what it does is that it has the records of all the modules which we use in our projects, and it has the version number along with it. So if you are creating a new environment and then you are planning to run the same application on your system, so you will be requiring this requirement.txt, as well as this requirement.txt is always required whenever you are uploading to any cloud platform. So you can get this requirement.txt by pip freeze and requirement.txt on your command prompt whenever you are working with any environment, particular environment if you have created. So you can do this to get the requirement.txt, or else I have shown this how to get the requirement.txt using a module called as pip request if you are not using any environment. So in this case, my particular case, I have not created any environment. I have directly created this requirement.txt using pip request. Now, since we are uploading this project onto Beanstalk, so we will be requiring one more file called as .eb_ignore. So this file, what it will do is that it will ignore all the files which I write inside this eb_ignore file. For example, in my case, this is the folder, and here this is the CSV file onto which my model was built, machine learning model was built. So I don't want this hiring.csv to be uploaded to my cloud platform, that is Beanstalk. So I mention it in eb_ignore file as hiring.csv, that is the name of the file. So if I had mentioned here static or template, so this static or template would also have not been uploaded to my Beanstalk environment. So this is done. Once this eb_ignore is done, you need to create one more folder called as eb_extensions, and inside this extensions you need to give you need to right click and open a new file and name the file as a config file. So this is the config file which is inside this eb_extensions, and in this config files it has the option settings. First of all, it is specifying that it is the Beanstalk, container is the Python, and this is the VGSI path. So if you don't know about VGSI path, it is actually the server which will be running on the cloud. So if you see this command prompt, here you can clearly see that it shows that this is a development server, don't use it in production. Instead use the VGSI server. So this is the VGSI server that we need to specify inside this python.config file. So I have written VGSI path, and the application name is application because the main application is application, and then colon application. So once you save this all, we save it all and then we minimize it. Now what we'll do is that we will capture all these things and then we will send it as a compressed file. So I will name it something. Okay. So now all these folders which we had for this project are in this zip file. So then you need to go to your Amazon console. So this is my Amazon console. So if you don't have any Amazon account, you can create one using your credit card details. So it is a very wonderful platform, and the services which AWS provides is top notch. Besides that, you can see all the services that you are interested in. I have till now worked on this S3 bucket, Elastic Beanstalk, Amazon SageMaker for my machine learning application, and you can always check the billing amount which is charged in this billing tab. You can click on this all services and you can look into it. But for the sake of this video, we are only interested in Beanstalk, Elastic Beanstalk. So we'll click on this build a web application using Elastic Beanstalk. So it will open this Elastic Beanstalk environment, and here it is asking for create a web app. So I will name the web app something like Shabbir app. Then you can give the key value pairs if you have multiple resources on this application running, so you can give the keys and tags. If you want to learn more about it, you can click on this option, but I don't require any key value for my application, so I am opting to leave it. Besides that, you can choose the platform. So one amazing thing about this Elastic Beanstalk is that it supports .NET application, Docker, Glass, Go application, Java, Node.js, PHP, Python, Ruby, and Tomcat applications. But since our code is written fully in Python, so I am choosing the Python application, and by default it has chosen the Python 3.7 running on 64-bit Amazon Linux. And besides that, the version of this Amazon Beanstalk is chosen. So here you get two options then, sample application and upload your code. So since we have this application on my local system, so you get two options again here, local file and S3 bucket. So you can choose any of them. You can also, if your project is like very big, so you can always upload the zip file into the S3 bucket first, and then you can create the application. But in my case, I project on my local file, so this local file is selected. So select this local file, then click on this choose file, then you go in this deploy option. So here you will find the zip file, so click on open. So it shows that my file has been successfully uploaded. Now simply just you need to click on this create application. So it shows that creating virtual environment, and then you will get this logs which are being written by default by this Elastic Beanstalk. So it will take care of everything else. You don't need to worry about anything. You just need to wait for some time, and you will see the processes which are taking place on the cloud in this black box. So it shows that environment is starting now. So we'll wait for a few minutes. So my application has properly been uploaded on this Elastic Beanstalk. So here you can see the health of my application. It shows okay. That means that there is no errors and all. So since there were no errors, I got this tick mark here. But if you guys face any kind of errors here, so don't worry, Elastic Beanstalk will always show you the logs in the black screen. So you can always check for the logs, and after solving the error, you can again redeploy the application. It will work fine. So let's check my application which is deployed. So here is the some more information about the logs. So if you want to see the all the logs details, so you can always click on this show all, but we'll directly open my application. So let's open the application. So you just need to click on this link where this application is deployed. So you can see that now the application is deployed properly on this Elastic Beanstalk. So let's check it. So yes, we are getting the proper result. This was all about how you can deploy an ML application on Elastic Beanstalk, which is an excellent service made by AWS. I am a very big fan of it, and definitely you can try this out and tell me about any difficulties that you face in uploading or making this project work on cloud. Till then, if you like my work, please do hit the like, share and subscribe button.